What's up, fam? When are these children in the crypto space going to realize that the dark forces have been trying to create a monopoly for Ethereum? They didn't believe us in the Ripple case, and now the light is shining. All the coins are getting attacked, except for Ethereum. I don't know how many times you need to be slapped in the face to wake up.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Bearable Bull here. And I got this aggressively average content for you today. As man, oh man, don't you love Mr. I? Gary. Oh, Gary. We're gonna come hard after Gary Gensler in this video. But first and foremost, what I do want to show every single one of you is the price reactions to the most recent lawsuits in these cases. BNB coin down 13%, 88 Cardano down 10%, Solana, which was accused as well, down 9%, Polygon Matic down 13%, but XRP is up almost 3% on the 7-day. Oh, that's a sight for sore eyes, and that's something to continue to take into account. In addition, guys, for those of you that don't know, yesterday I had a live interview on the Good Morning Crypto YouTube channel. Please take a look at that video on that channel as we go over an hour and a half worth of prolonged content discussing some of the most important things about these cases and the future of this market. Now, without further ado, we have a lot to discuss. First and foremost, from Eleanor Tourette. The SEC has sent CZ a summons to an address in Malta. Now, ladies and gentlemen, something you all need to be very aware of is that the big boy in the room that is definitely going to get a lot of the SEC's attention is going to be Binance. Binance and CZ are specifically the ones that took down FTX, and we know Gary Gensler's connections to Sam Bankman-Fried and FTX. That's a big reason why I think there's not going to be a settlement when it comes to Binance. However, I think there is going to be a settlement when it comes to this Coinbase case. Coinbase, in my opinion, will settle. They are an SEC cuck. The SEC could potentially be trying the strategy of going through the exchanges to get cryptos under the securities designation. The Jay Clayton approach of just suing Ripple and targeting XRP has been prolonged and not good enough. But I think Gary's trying the broad brush exchange approach to get these cryptos deemed securities. It's something very important to think about. But understand this. There were no alleged securities specifically regarding the Binance case in regards to other tokens aside from BNB and BUSD. But they did a broad brush sweep on Coinbase. And in my opinion, Coinbase will most likely settle. You need to understand that Coinbase and crypto exchanges are in the midst of a bear market. Their revenues are declining, and a prolonged 2.5-year Ripple-style litigation will definitely hinder their progress and could potentially bankrupt Coinbase. Their stock collapsed about 15% off the news, and I think they need to make a 180 fast. This is only speculation, but it's not unfounded. And while this is a concerning time in the crypto market, I have been saying I am extremely bullish about where we're going because that was Mac's fear. And Stu Alderati, Ripple's general counsel, said it best. The allegations in these lawsuits are just that, unproved accusations. The SEC, despite what Chair Gensler pretends, does not have a magic regulatory wand that I can just wave and say tokens are securities. Looking forward to how the courts and Congress will take this. And Brad Garlinghouse is reminding us, if it wasn't already clear, it should be now, that Gary Gensler's laughable pro-innovation stance is exactly the opposite. What this also tells me is that the SEC is throwing lawsuits at the wall and hoping they'll distract for the agency's FTX debacle. Even Brad Garlinghouse is taking shots at Gary Gensler. And everyone in crypto is finally getting the message. Gary Gensler is taking the Elizabeth Warren anti-crypto approach. And if you didn't get it by now, please listen to this.
We don't need more digital currency. We already have digital currency. It's called the US dollar, it's called the euro, it's called the yen. They're all digital right now.
Here's kind of what I know from inside the securities industry. Now you have to understand this. Securities lawyers, they often worked at the SEC. So they have sources there and they know what's going on there. What they are telling me, and Ellie Terrett, who's my producer, who's very plugged in the crypto world, by the way. She's become one of the best crypto reporters in the business, and it's right here at Fox. It's pretty amazing. They're saying that Gary Gensler, for all intents and purposes, wants to end crypto as a major industry. Maybe a backwater, maybe something where there's a few things happening.
And right there, Gary Gensler has made his stance on the market exceptionally clear. He thinks the only digital currencies that should exist are the dollar and fiat currencies. And Charles Gasparino from Fox is warning that he's hearing plenty of indication that this is in fact the case. Ladies and gentlemen, let me stress this to you right now. With the most recent lawsuits, I'm so bullish on the state of the market because what we're going to have next is Congress getting activated. I don't think we're going to have a 2.5-year long litigation process with all these different coins. I think now that Gary has played his hand, we're going to see Congress get activated. Here, Bill Hagerty stated that SEC is weaponizing their role to kill an industry, allowing a company to list publicly and then stonewalling their attempts to register is indefensible. Gary Gensler, expect to hear from Congress. And what we're going to see next, in my opinion, is the part that all of us have been waiting for. This is where we see the crypto industry fight back. Paul Grewal, chief legal officer at Coinbase, stated earlier tonight the Third Circuit issued a short order on Coinbase's mandamus action. The court noted the SEC's suit against us this morning and asked the SEC whether that means the SEC has decided to deny our pending petition for rulemaking. The SEC has 7 days to respond. The SEC is being pressed just as much as they're trying to choke point the crypto market. We continue to believe the SEC could not be proceeding with litigation against our industry, like the case filed today, if the SEC has not already decided to deny our petition for rulemaking. We continue to believe that rules of the road from legislation or rulemaking or both must come before enforcement actions. And it's just interesting to see how the narratives we've been echoing in the XRP army for a long time are finally being acknowledged. It's not fun when they come for you, is it? But here, this is what I feel is most important. There is no longer any reason for XRP to still be delisted from Coinbase after what the SEC has done. They've named, I believe, 11 other cryptos as securities. They have not delisted all those other cryptos, and they probably won't. The ultimate show of harmony for the entire crypto industry is to relist XRP. And I need you all to retweet this so we can get a call to action. But ladies and gentlemen, something I remember vividly is this moment right here. I think Ripple and Coinbase see the writing on the wall and they're starting to come together. And I like what could be in store. Like the title of today's video discusses, I believe the XRP case is done. We're gonna get a big moment the 13th, I believe, when it comes to the Hinman emails. At the same time, the SEC has 7 days to respond to the Coinbase request. We have plenty of things aligning for next week that I believe make it for a perfect storm for decisions to be made. And I need all of you to be on the edge of your seats. Ripple has been coming out swinging for a long time. And now, Coinbase is joining the fight. Ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, Coinbase is swinging. The SEC corruption and incompetence is evident to the whole world. And Coinbase is making it clear to the mainstream crypto community exactly how irresponsible they've been. Now, I think this specific XRP case is coming to the inevitable conclusion because the SEC is currently going up against Ripple, Binance, and Coinbase. They're starting to get stretched thin. And I think they're bringing on all these enforcement actions at the same time because of the inevitable conclusion of this Ripple case, this judge decision, and what's going to be revealed in these Hinman emails. I think the SEC needed to release these lawsuits at this period in time before they completely lose credibility. I remember what John Deaton and Brad Garlinghouse said. These Hinman emails will shock the world.
We got Brad Garlinghouse saying it's going to shock people, and when he says that, I think he means the rest of the world, not so much the XRP community, because I don't know if we can be shocked anymore. We've seen so much nonsense out of the SEC, but maybe we will be. You know, the question is, there's been so much built up on these emails. Will they be a little underwhelming, or will they truly shock us? We're going to find out, but it's going to be incredible to see.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's going to be interesting indeed. Something else I have to stress that I put in the title of this video for today is what I think the next lawsuit will do for the crypto industry. It'll be one of two things. It will either be a lawsuit against Ethereum, making the majority of cryptos under threat, and or one against Tether. You see, Gary Gensler has the proclivity of going after projects that are legitimate while letting ones that aren't fail. He doesn't go after meme coins or rug pulls or bad exchanges or shady stable coins. He goes after legitimate projects. Remember, I believe SEC lawsuits are just the success tags that indicate that you'll survive, while something like Tether that's being allowed to reign free is just going to be a bombshell that gets dropped at some point. I don't know when, but when this happens, it will be a black swan event of all black swan events in the crypto market. It's not time yet, but it will happen. Jack, the former CEO from Twitter, stated he believes ETH is a security. And while before, I think ETH got decentralized enough to not be considered a security, I think after the merge, it definitely is. We have so many things happening and breaking left and right in this industry right now. It's exciting times. And trust me when I tell every single one of you, what happened with this pair of lawsuits was an incredible catalyst, and I think it marked the local bottom before we start seeing some price action again. Stay on the edge of your seats, my friends. We're about to see this market pick up very, very soon. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Bearable Bull here. Thanks for tuning in. As always, I appreciate every single one of you. Now I'll be back tomorrow with another video.
Why do I hold XRP? Because Ripple's the chosen one to lead the new global digital payment system, and they use XRP. In 2013, the Federal Reserve began looking for faster payments options. 2 years later, an action plan was born and a federal payments task force was created. It included one company focused on crypto, Ripple. In 2014, the World Bank and Better Than Cash Alliance, which includes the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, Clinton Global Initiative, and the governments of 32 countries, put out a report called The Opportunities of Digitizing Payments. 1 year later, the Better Than Cash Alliance featured one crypto company on their website, Ripple. Today, Better Than Cash Alliance and all other UN initiatives are focused on a single agenda, the Sustainable Development Goals for 2030. You can see the SDGs logo on Bill Gates' lapel, world-leading companies, the Better Than Cash Alliance website, and on the UN's official exchange, Exchange. What crypto is Exchange officially utilizing for their carbon credit solution, XRP. The world will move to a new international standard for exchanging electronic messages between financial institutions by 2025 called ISO 20022. Who was the first ISO 20022 member focused on distributed ledger technology? Ripple, who's partnered with over 300 financial institutions, including Bank of America, American Express, PNC, Santander, SBI, HSBC, Standard Chartered Bank, Bank of England, India, Singapore, Scotland, Australia, and Indonesia, the largest banks in Japan, Canada, Egypt, the Middle East, United Arab Emirates, Thailand, Morocco, Bhutan, South Korea, Brazil, and Latin America. Ripple, who is a former employee overseeing the Federal Reserve. Ripple, a former employee overseeing the world's largest asset manager, BlackRock's digital asset division. Ripple, leading Australia's CBDC effort. Ripple, who hired a former Treasury of the United States. Ripple, 2 former Federal Reserve attorneys to their board. Ripple, 2 former Clinton and Obama advisors, former Minister of Defense and Economics of Germany, former business director at Swift, former Swift board member, former CFO of PayPal, former head of the DTCC, former chief business officer at Uber, former VP of Amazon, and former SEC chair on their legal team. Ripple, who's a member of the Digital Pound Foundation, Digital Dollar Project, Digital Euro Association, Mojaloop, IMF's high-level advisory board on fintech, Hyperledger Blockchain Consortium, Open Payments Coalition, Faster Payments Council, Global Payments Steering Group, Cross-Border Working Group, International Association for Trusted Blockchain Applications, Crypto Climate Accord, University Blockchain Initiative, World Wide Web Consortium, and a featured partner of the World Economic Forum with 3 members of their team directly listed on the WF website. Ripple. Now, does Ripple and XRP sound like they're going to disappear, or do they sound like they're part of a much bigger plan? You decide.